Kennywood has announced their new project for 2019, and it's a giant steel coaster. Partnering with Pittsburgh Steelers, Kennywood is introducing a new area to the park called Steeler Country. This area will feature unique carnival games themed to football, a restaurant food area, and of course the main attraction, Steel Curtain. So with some renderings and a POV released for this coaster, I thought I'd share my thoughts of what I think about this new giant investment. Let's start off with the stats first. And these are the 9 numbers that were released to us. Steel Curtain is 220 feet tall, 4,000 plus feet long, 75 miles per hour, 9 inversions including a 197-foot inversion, which is a world record. The ride will hold 24 passengers, break 3 records, and will have a ride time of 2 minutes or 120 seconds. Okay, so let me give you a rundown of what this coaster does. After completing the 220-foot climb, Steel Curtain will take a small dive, then send riders upside down through a diving corkscrew. This is the tallest inversion of the ride. After that, the train takes a slight left and sends you into a cobra roll-like inversion, which I believe the park is calling this the banana inversion. The ride then completes a small airtime hill followed by another 2 inversions, which is extremely similar to a rollover. The ride is followed by a decent airtime hill and a dive loop. After completing the inversion number 6, Steel Curtain features a 0G stall right underneath the airtime hill, which honestly looks pretty cool. Next, we're followed by another airtime hill, which leads right into a 0G roll, followed by a high-speed turn, which then throws you into the final inversion, a cutback, which then sends you into the brake run. Steel Curtain looks to be a really good coaster. The layout is actually pretty unique, and breaking the inversion record is a smart move. It's surprising that no one else has built a coaster more than 7 inversions in the US since Kumba opened over 20 years ago. Steel Curtain will also feature the tallest inversion in the world at 197 feet. I'm a little surprised that they simply didn't go with 200 feet, but whatever, it's all good. The ride has a good mix of unique inversions. The 2 highlight moments of this ride I believe will be that cool first drop and the 0G stall. I think Kennywood has a hit on their hands. I know it is still really early for the 2019 announcements, but Kennywood has set the bar pretty high with Steel Curtain. Collaborating with the Steelers is a brilliant move by Kennywood. I've actually been saying this for some time, that the park should team up with the Steelers, Pirates, or the Penguins. To my surprise, they went ahead and did it, and I think this move will bring in more variety of guests. I could see sports fans coming to Kennywood just to check out this neat-looking Steeler Country area. Okay, now I want to talk about a couple concerns I have with this new coaster. Number 1, which I gotta get out of the way, is the name. I hate this name. Yes, I understand the meaning and how it relates to the Pittsburgh Steelers, but it just doesn't work for a coaster. I can honestly picture guests calling this like the Curtain, Steeler Country Coaster. Heck, I can even see people calling it Steely. You know Steely McBean, the Pittsburgh Steelers mascot? My second and final concern is the manufacturer. For this project, S&S Sensei Technologies, or S&S for short, they're the ones behind the 4-dimension free spinners, which have been a pretty popular model, but they're also the ones who made Gale Force and Merlin's Mayhem. Both Gale Force and Merlin's Mayhem had rough starts. Gale Force, which was supposed to open in 2016, didn't open till 2017, and when it did open, the ride was noted to be extremely rough and very uncomfortable. S&S ended up ripping the entire track down and replacing it before the 2018 season, which now I hear it is a lot better ride. Merlin's Mayhem was supposed to open in 2017, but was delayed till 2018 because it had its own handful of problems. Both I hear are decent rides in their own merits, but their rough start troubles me for this new project. I'm hoping that Steel Curtain has a much smoother development stage and opens within a reasonable time next year. Okay, so final thoughts. Do I think Steel Curtain is a good fit for Kennywood? And that answer is yes. Steel Curtain looks to be a great ride, and honestly probably one of the best rides in 2019. As I mentioned my concerns with S&S, but regardless to that, S&S is at least trying new and different things, and that's always exciting. And I'm glad Kennywood is willing to take the risk and try something new. Oh, and for those who are concerned about getting sick or nauseous while riding Steel Curtain, I think the way that they paced out this ride, I don't believe it's going to be an issue. I think they paced this coaster very well, throwing in little breathers in between each inversion. Oh, and something I didn't mention already, the support structure looks a little funky on this ride, but I'm not sure if that's just because of the rendering that they have currently, or is that actually going to be the real structure when it's all said and done. But nonetheless, it just seems a little strange, maybe not as aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but nonetheless, the ride looks great. Well, that's it for today's video. What do you think of Steel Curtain? Is this going to be a great ride for Kennywood? Let me know in the comments. Also, please subscribe and check out my other content. See ya!